please welcome the lovely Loretta Fox.
So I didn't mean to cut off my husband's documentary, which is Where Have You Gone, Lou DiMaggio? And it's great. Didn't mean to do that. So there's a Sizzler right down the street from where we live. Just kidding. I don't know what. Jeez. Okay. My friend Tom's passion for Disneyland borders on the maniacal. Growing up in Hamtramck, Michigan, among a strong Catholic community, his affinity for Sondheim, romping in his sister's dresses, and producing neighborhood variety shows identified him as a standout. Strangely, Tom presents straighter than any straight guy I know. This duality may be the fuel for his Disney obsession. When he begged me to spend his 35th birthday experiencing Mickey with his nearest and dearest, I had to go. That was almost 2 decades ago. I didn't leap on board because I was underwhelmed by my first visit to the land of Disney, a long ago family vacation to Disney World. Being sweet 16 from landlocked Ohio, all I wanted then was to rock the Florida beaches in my white bikini with rainbow accents and score pina coladas any way I could. I didn't love the birthday trip with Tom either. While my buddy's famous grin almost ate his face as he practiced gratitude for Toontown, I couldn't get past the colonies of strollers and wheelchairs. I was ferociously agile, childless, and more judgmental then. Also, my compulsion to gnaw a giant turkey leg never came to fruition. I thought, shit, I'm just not a Disneyland person. Trip number 3 was 2 years ago when Jan, my new pal and Disneyland manager, gifted me 4 passes. I suspect she had a crush on me, which dissipated when her brother reminded her that falling for married women is a lonely pastime. I shared the passes with my 12-year-old son and his 2 godfathers. The 3rd trip was indeed a charm. I was seeing Disney through the magic-filled eyes of my child and 2 dazzled gay men. Plus, free is thrilling to me. And that rush intensified when Jan slyly leaked that we were a difficult group, which got us ushered to the front of lines and 3rd row center for Aladdin. However, I never got that turkey leg. My 4th visit borders on extraordinary. There are 9 in our group. When I say we are VIPs, I mean we are literally very important persons. My son Daniel is on an ABC show. Disney owns ABC. Therefore, Disney owns my son. That was my husband's line. Thank you, Lou. I know he was saying that, so I thought I would just make it clear that yes, that is the line that he gave me for this story. That's the line that he wrote. I give credit where credit is due. This perk makes 12 hours of induced labor and 6 years of shuttling him to baseball practice worth it. I come from a frugal family. The cigar box of coupons under my dad's car seat determined whether he was hitting the drive-thru of Arby's or Wendy's. My grandma brewed her own liniment ointments, and my brother rolls his own cigs. I trim my own hair, typically after a couple of drinks or an internet glitch. I rarely buy beauty products unless they include a lagniappe, French for free gift with purchase. I haven't purchased mascara in 15 years. When I travel, I pack a box of Pinot Grigio and cans of sardines so I can hit the ground running. Throughout this trip to Disneyland, I remain cognizant that while most spend hundreds, this day would easily cost thousands. Our only VIP expense is the rental of an ultra-spiffy scooter for my soul sister, Melissa, so she doesn't feel encumbered by her MS. And the tip we gladly give Judy. Judy is our Disney guide. She doesn't look like a Judy, which makes her name easy to remember. If the land of Disney creates happy memories, then it scores majorly for me on this day. I'm with my favorite company. Melissa is the closest thing to a mother that I have, even though she's 10 years my junior and my mother is still alive. Her 3 kids are like cousins to my only child. My husband Lou is a kid at heart, yet adult enough to appreciate a solid plan. Anne is the oldest of 10 and opted not to birth children so as to be Auntie Anne to all. She became my kid's godmother when she swung by Cedars to say hi as I was working to make my baby be born, and 8 hours later wound up clenching my right knee as his head was crowning. And Tom, the man to whom Disney is everything, is an uncle and a brother to us all. Tom is in my makeup bag, which happens to be a lanyard. I've taken to carrying 2 sets of ashes in little plastic vials that I came across at Dollar King. They're nestled between my lipsticks, dental picks, and allergy eye drops. I have a mission to spread my collection of remains and find it prudent to be at the ready. The traveling ashes started because my father loved my son probably more than he had a right to, Daniel being his redemption in a way. I carry Dad's ashes with me because I'm with my son more often than not and know that wherever my kid is where his grandpa would choose to be. I carry Tom's ashes for a different reason, because we spent so many years together, swimming in the same stream, sharing the same geography. I never know when I'll be inspired to leave a pinch of him behind. Also, I was presented with 10-pound boxes of each of them, more than enough for 50 urns, and it doesn't seem right to keep them forever stowed away in my linen closet. I picked up Tom from the crematorium in Van Nuys in November last year. He'd been struck by a car and killed a month before. This retrieval was one of the tasks that I took on when it became apparent that there are a lot of tasks to take on when someone dies without any pomp to their circumstance. As the keeper of Tom's ashes, I made an inviolable promise to take him to Disneyland. As of this day, I've already spread him in Malibu, Ojai, over my balcony overlooking the horse stables, at the Tam O'Shanter Bar during Christmas time, and under a ficus outside the Almason Theater during the intermission of Fun Home. He's with me in spirit as I quietly leave him behind in our communal happy places. Choosing where he should have final Disney VIP rest isn't perplexing, as it's not easy to elude Judy and the rest of the Disney crowd. I'm too practical to just throw him around Space Mountain or the teacups. I can't land in Disney jail because Tom sweeps into some stupid kid's eye. The adults in our group know my scheme and lend support through distraction and encouragement. Tom winds up at the Pirates of the Caribbean and Small World because they're dark, slow, and wet. I find out later that he hated Small World. I felt a teensy bit bad about that until I reckoned that he would relish the irony. It does pain me that I may never uncover why Tom despised that beautifully awkward ride. After all, he was delighted by the creepy Hall of Presidents. What is left of Tom, I distribute in the smoking section across from the Haunted Mansion. It just makes sense. Smokers are certainly more understanding of the need to spread someone's ashes somewhere. and it gives me a chance to sneak a puff and wish that Tom was sneaking one with me. When the vial is empty, I acknowledge a sense of accomplishment and my own familiar emptiness. Closure is a bullshit ideal. Deaths of those clothes cannot be tied up and moved on from. I miss people. The ashes provide comfort and purpose as I continue to configure my losses and seek to be close in another way. I return the dusty vial to my makeup bag, making a note to refill it. It's moving past dusk and our day is nearly done. I head toward Anne and Melissa, who've been chatting and keeping guard. As I near them, I'm startled by a commotion non-specific to Disneyland. I look toward the clouds between the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion to see a murder of crows swooping above the trees. Parkgoers pivot to witness the hundreds of birds flapping and calling against the black and pink sky. My husband later admitted that he thought the murder was animatronics. It was breathtaking. Our group gathers on Main Street to tip Judy and say so long to the VIP day. Judy presents the kids with souvenir pins and confides that she's never seen such a crow display. It's exceedingly rare. She's learned that the birds only behave in such a way when one is in danger or dying or dead. Wow. The magic of Disney is finally clear to me. I am now a Disneyland kind of person. I gaze up at the clock tower. I see you, Tom. Still, I leave without getting that fucking turkey leg. Thank you.